YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. You got it locked to TelliVision 87. You're hanging out with your girl Telly right now. I'm back with another video for you guys. If you are new to my channel, just stopping by for the first time, do me a favor, hit me with that like, that thumbs up button, and make sure to smash that subscribe button if you are enjoying this content, all right? So you can already see what's on the screen right now. It's still, some talks about the whole Dave Chappelle special from Netflix, The Closer. Um, and Netflix basically said we're not canceling Dave Chappelle. We're not taking a special down. It's up. He said what he said. Deal with it. So now this is a show on Fox Soul. If you guys don't know, it's called TGIF. It's with Claudia Jordan as the host. You may remember Claudia Jordan from Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think she did like one season, and she's been like hosting over the years, and I think she got her start in the industry as a video vixen at one particular point. Funky Dineva, you may know him. He's on YouTube. He's been on multiple shows. Just celebrity blogger influencer. And Al Reynolds, you already know Al Reynolds, child, from back in the day with him and Star Jones. So they were just speaking about the whole special, and Claudia said, "Hey, what do you guys think about it?" And basically, yet again, Funky Dineva proves Dave Chappelle's point. So let's get into it.
So I I don't like this at all. I think it's extremely divisive. I did not know that the baby killed somebody, and that's not my fault that I don't know that. I mean, everybody that comes across my vision, I don't run a background check or spend my time Googling it. I did not know the baby killed somebody because I guess my head was stuck in the sand or the media did not blow it out of proportion the way they did the whole gay thing. Two things can be true at one time. People can be outraged that he killed somebody, and the stuff that he said on the stage was absolutely wrong. I don't know why Dave is making this comparison. And just because people didn't get mad about one thing doesn't mean that they can't get mad about this. People have the choice to get mad about what the hell they want to get mad about. And this is what this particular group of people chose to get mad about. And so be it. I think it's apples to oranges. And I think Dave is wrong for causing the further division that he's causing with these comparisons.
Al, what do you think?
Okay, so before we get to what Al has to say, what do you guys think about Funky Dineva's comments, comparing apples to oranges? Um, I mean, Dave Chappelle, like I said previously, he had a point. He was talking about, hey, you can kill a black man in America, or what a black man can kill another black man in America, and it will pretty much just kind of go under the radar. But if said person makes a comment about someone in the LGBTQ community, a quote unquote offensive, then it's like, oh my gosh, like it's just a hot mess. So let's get into what Al Reynolds has to say.
I kind of think of it a little bit differently than that. There are two things in my mind. One, it's hard for me to govern the content of a comedian. I just have always thought that comedians have less of a social responsibility than other entertainers. So that's why, but even though David is obviously an activist, but in my mind, let me tell you, I saw the comparison, I understood the comparison that he made, and it made a lot of sense to me because in the gay community, there's a level of activism and consistency that lasts for a long time. Whereas in the Black community, we will be activists, but we don't hold on to it for a very long time. We tolerate a lot of stuff and we don't act on it. And I think this is the comparison that he was showing here, in my opinion, of how I interpret it. So in the gay community, he's saying that they are activists and they're consistent. And if you do anything to disregard them or disrespect them, they're going to always stand up to it. Whereas in the African American community, things that are a little bit less infuriating to us, we have less activism towards it. That's kind of how I interpret it. But like, I didn't find it offensive. I thought it was a cool analogy. And I thought it was an analogy that forced our community to do better.
I
Bingo. Al hit the nail on the head. That's what I think. What do you all think about Al Reynolds' response? Yeah, because we can be, as a community, we can be outraged, but the outrage will only last for so long, and then we'll be right back to the same old, same old. It's kind of like Childish Gambino, Donald Glover. This is America. You have outrage over something for a little bit of time, then you throw in a challenge, and then you do this, that, and the third. You get distracted, and then it's kind of like back to calm until something else happens, and then we get upset all over again. So I thought that was a good point for Al to make. Let's hear what Claudia has to say.
uh, excellent points, both of you. I will say this in defense of, well, I just got to make this clear with the baby. They do say that it was an act of self-defense, him killing that man in Walmart, that he was actually being
Mm-hmm.
robbed. Hence, it wasn't as malicious as it may sound. I mean, I think I watched the entire special, and I encourage everyone in the community that may think that.
Keyword: I watched the entire special. I watched the entire special. Not viral clip, not a post here and there. I watched the entire special.
What he's saying is offensive to watch the whole thing. He's visibly hurt and shaken by his relationship with a member of the trans community and what happened to this woman that was bullied for sticking up for their relationship. And I don't want to give it away, but and I saw a moment in that special where Dave is trying to still maintain the integrity of comedy and being a free thinker and in his free speech and having an opinion and not being forced to fall in line and say what he's supposed to say. And also a man that's dealing with, you'll see the grief when you watch his special. And I like that he has this conversation because I think it's worth having a conversation about and further having these conversations with friends that you have in the community. And I think
Right.
more people should be having these kind of conversations.
I
You know,
think I think the comedy bit was a bit antagonistic. I think your 7, 6, 8 comedy specials in. You've done the LGBTQI jokes. You already know what to expect. You know you're going to get the media coverage. You know you're going to get the backlash because you've gotten it every special. It's intentional. Obviously, you wanted it because you knew it was coming. Same thing that I ask Boosie all the time. Why is it such a wild hair up your ass? You know what I'm saying? You've already did this bit before. So why is it such a wild hair up your ass? It's antagonistic. You did it on purpose. You did it to say, listen, gay folks, I'm gonna make jokes about y'all ass and y'all just gonna have to get over it. Ha ha ha. And that's fine.
So, again, that's what Funky Dineva had to say. And yes, Dave Chappelle knew what was coming, hence the closer. Okay, he already knew this was coming, but yes, he was really trying to prove a point, and said point was proven again with that response from Funky Dineva because it was not antagonistic at all. He was simply just making a comparison. That's it. So let me go through some of these comments really quickly. Uh, This one gentleman says Al was speaking facts. Dave definitely was calling out the hypocrisy on how the black community is passive and even glorified the thug lifestyle. Al and Claudia are right. Comedians have always gone past the boundaries. Richard Pryor used to say some crazy ish. If they can't honestly state their opinions, then what's the point? And early in the clip, you saw Al say that sometimes he doesn't necessarily hold the comedians to, um, like, hold them up in the same regard as somebody else who may be like a social activist or somebody like that, because comedians are supposed to be humorous. And yes, of course, they talk about social issues, but they do it in a way to where you can kind of make light of it, of the heavy stuff, you know. Al Reynolds just laid out the most articulate response I've ever heard from him. Spot on. Yep, there's something to learn about a community who stands together anytime something is threatening to them. Dave is a comedic genius. You really have to watch the entire special again. Watch the entire special to understand what he's saying. I think Claudia and Al listened with a non judgmental ear, and that's why they were able to see the point he was making. I disagree with Funky this time. Al is right. Don't make it personal like it's a hate towards gays. It's more of a cry for blacks. Act Al and Claudia actually listened to what he was saying. They got it. The other guy just proved Dave's point. Somebody said Funky got his panties in a funky bunch. If y'all don't know, Funky Bunch is what Funky Dineva calls his following. A funky bunch. Um, Dave Chappelle is a comedic genius. When he did that SNL special about being nice to a black person for no reason at all, then said, think about how many times they were wrong for no reason at all. Al and Claudia on point. I love some Funky, but folks gotta stop taking every single thing personally. There was definitely a bigger message. I'm starting to feel once LGBT community is mentioned in any way, non-approved, any message automatically falls on deaf ears and taken offensively. There were no lies in Dave's message. Dave said what he said, and I didn't find any lies, so get over it. So those are just some of the comments. Let me know what you guys think about it. What you think about Funky Dineva's response, Claudia Jordan, and Al Reynolds. Who do you agree with? Who do you disagree with? And yeah, thank you guys for watching, man. Do me a favor, hit me with that like, that thumbs up button if you have enjoyed this video, and make sure to go ahead and smash that subscribe button for your girl. All right, it's your girl TelliVision 87 is the channel, and I'll be back with another video for you guys soon. Until then, peace.